Penguin Random House Audio presents Boomtown, the Fantastical Saga of Oklahoma City, its chaotic founding, its apocalyptic weather, its purloined basketball team, and the dream of becoming a world-class Metropolis. This is the author, Sam Anderson. It seems unnecessary to define an explosion, for everyone knows what it is. A loud noise, and the sudden going away of things from the place where they have been. Tenny L. Davis, The Chemistry of Powder and Explosives. Some things are simultaneously too boring and too exciting to write about. John Ashbery, Valentine. Prologue. Killer of the Killer. Red Kelly was the man who killed the man who killed Jesse James. That is, in 1892, 10 years after Jesse James was shot in the back while dusting off a picture frame, Red Kelly hunted down his killer, Bob Ford, and shot him in the throat with a double-barreled shotgun. This did not happen in Oklahoma City. The famous events, the front-page news items, rarely ever do. It happened in Creede, a silver mining boomtown in Colorado. Ford was running a saloon in a tent. Kelly walked in, said, "Hello, Bob," and shot Ford as soon as he turned around. He expected to be celebrated as a national hero for this. Jesse James, after all, was a legend whose righteousness had only grown and grown in the years since his death, and Bob Ford was, as the folk song says, a dirty little coward. Instead, Red Kelly was sentenced to 99 years in prison. He did not get the star treatment he felt he deserved. Kelly was not a first-tier outlaw, one of those infamous larger-than-life anti-heroes who robbed the robber barons and blurred the boundaries between good and evil. He was not Billy the Kid, or John Wesley Harden, or Ned Kelly, or Smokin' Royce Young. He was not Butch, or Sundance, or, obviously, Jesse James. Red Kelly was a D-list outlaw, very far down the folk hero food chain. He was a vigilante, the backup to the backup. Kelly ended up serving 10 years of his sentence before he managed to get himself released. He left Colorado and headed down to Oklahoma City, where the outlaw action was rumored to be hot. It was 1904 by then, the start of a new century, and the Wild West was shrinking. Some vestige of it had survived, however, in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City was only 15 years old, and after a brief lull, booming again. For a criminal, its red light district was a safe haven of arson, murder, gambling, drunkenness, bribery, and prostitution. Shootouts could be enjoyed indoors or out. Around the time of Red Kelly's arrival, a man called the Armless Wonder, whose arms were reportedly 5 and 7 inches long, cocked his gun with his chin and shot a man who owed him money. There were riots so wild that whole buildings were left permanently infused with bullets. In a popular saloon, someone poured alcohol into a man's boots and lit them on fire, burning his feet so badly they had to be amputated. Red Kelly fit right in. He was angry, petty, and violent. He had big ears and about 3 mustaches worth of mustache. He skulked around Oklahoma City's trouble spots wearing a long overcoat, even in hot weather, with a revolver in each of his front pockets. The tips of his mustache were so long and pointy they almost looked prehensile, like they might reach out and take things off store shelves. One day, in the course of his skulking, Kelly was stopped and questioned by the Oklahoma City police. They weren't arresting him. They made no accusations, filed no charges, and allowed him to go freely on his way. But the questioning alone was enough to offend Red Kelly. He had been a lawman once, a deputy marshal in Colorado, not to mention the man who killed motherfucking Jesse James, and he believed that he deserved more respect. This injustice would not stand. Kelly promised his underworld friends that he would take revenge, as soon as he possibly could, on the Oklahoma City police. His opportunity came on the very next day, January 13th, 1904. Officer Joe Burnett was patrolling a notorious strip of saloons and brothels when he happened to pass Kelly in the street. "Hi, Red," Burnett said. This, a friendly greeting from a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?